Welcome to the video. This video is for both channels, Left Lane Dipper and Left Lane's Corner, which is a new channel that I just started this week. And I kind of wanted just to give a brief, over here all on Left Lane Dipper, we talk about dip, we talk about Tennessee football, sports in general, but I kind of wanted another channel to where we could just shoot the shit, talk about whatever, talk about events going on in our community, things going on in our nation, going on worldwide, whatever the case may be. We could just sit there and I could make a video about it, whatever, and we could engage more, which we don't really do on Left Lane Dipper. We could engage more, we could have a debate, we could have conversation, we could have, just a discussion about something, whether you may not agree with my opinion, whatever. But said I wanted to upload it on both channels. That way, maybe some of my followers from Left Lane Dipper will share it, maybe possibly, and then maybe come on over to Left Lane's Corner, and we can get that channel rolling as well. I know I haven't uploaded on Left Lane Dipper in a long time, but I just wanted to make a video about everything that's been going on. I have an opinion about some things and these government shutdowns and so forth. But before we do that, get the yellow mud jug can lid, and we're packing the Copenhagen packs. Wintergreen, good stuff. So go ahead and pack us a nice fatty. We got the American Biker Mud Jug. This is American by birth, biker by choice. I'm not a biker, but I just thought it was cool. Obviously, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. And of course, the biggest thing is COVID-19. Trying to clean this up a little bit. Where it is? Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about the delay. I was trying to clean up my mud jug a little bit. This part here was just a little bit dirty, so I just want to clean it up. I try to keep that clean. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on. And I want to talk about some of that today. I wanted to give my opinions about it. Maybe I'm wrong about some of this stuff, but this is just how I feel. I watched a video yesterday. This barber up in Michigan. I don't know exactly where in Michigan, but he's in Michigan. I believe he's 77 years old. And he reopened. He reopened his barber shop. And he basically said to the reporter that was, filming the video, he says, I have a mother. He said, God bless her soul. She's gone. She's no longer with us. I said, I don't need another mother, Governor Whitmore. I don't need to be told what to do and how to do it. I can do that myself. And so, he said, he explained everything. He said the 21st is March 21st is when he shut down. So then they said, okay, 2 weeks. He's all right, that's fine. He said, and then it was another 2 weeks. So then he said, then it became April 30th. And then he said, then it was going to be May 15th. And then they said, oh, it was going to be May 28th. And he basically had enough. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him one bit. As an American, you have a right to run your business. And these mandates, these stay-at-home orders, they're just recommendations. They're not laws. And I want to talk to you about the Declaration of Independence, the First Amendment. If you go and look at the Declaration of Independence, it tells us that as Americans, we have the pursuit of happiness. Meaning, if that you can run your business and not and be open, as long as you are following the whether it be food, whatever type of business you're in, as long as you're following the regulations set forth by the health department. These mandates don't apply to businesses because they're not legal, they're not law. Because anything that contradicts the Declaration of Independence is null and void. But the problem is, nobody has a backbone anymore. Nobody has balls to stand up to these tyrants. And that's what they are. These mayors, these governors, they're tyrants. So let's talk about something. I want to kind of talk about something a little different, but it's in the same category. I was talking to my buddy yesterday, and he lives in a larger town. They have a pretty good sized Walmart, and he was talking to one of the managers, and he said, based on our size, we can allow 1,000 people in the store at a time. 1,000 people. So I ask you this: if Walmart can have 1,000 people, some smaller ones 200, 300, whatever, even that 200, 300. I said I might sound like a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but I think there's a bigger agenda at play here. If Walmart can have 200 people in the store at a time, or 300, or 1,000, but a barber, or a gym, or a salon, even a zoo, where that's open, you're outside, it's open, and typically you have, a family or a small group of people together. They're not all congregated around one another like they are in Walmart. So if Walmart can have 200 people, but a barber can't have himself, maybe a couple other barbers, and a few customers in the store, how is that justifiable? And this essential, non-essential bullshit, everyone's essential. Every business is essential, because these small businesses make up more of our economy than these large conglomerates like Walmart, Amazon, Lowe's, Home Depot. So they are all essential. All these small businesses add up quick. They employ a lot of people. So I think there's a bigger agenda. They're trying to destroy our country. They're trying to destroy our economy. almost 30 million people unemployed now because of this. Dentist offices, they can't be, well, I think there's some of them are reopening now, but how is it that Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, so these big stores can have all these people in there, but Jimmy Bob down the road here can't have his gym open or Sally Mae can't have her salon open when they only have a few people in their business. They're trying to destroy the small business is what they're trying to do. They're trying to destroy our country. And then these governors want to say, "Oh, you can't protest." How does that work? The First Amendment allows us freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom to protest. There's no law that you can make that can contradict the First. If you have a mandate that contradicts the First Amendment, it's null and void. The First Amendment is there for a reason, so that we have those freedoms. But people are weak. They don't have a backbone. They won't stand up to these tyrants. This was a test, people. This was a test to see how strong we were as a country, see how strong we were as Americans, and we failed miserably. We just handed it over and said, "Take my rights away." You gave them up without a fight. And then you got the Second Amendment. Right to bear arms. I don't have the full definition in front of me, but you know what it is. The second protects the first. Freedom of religion. Now let's talk about freedom of religion for just a minute. I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff today. I'm going to be all over the place because I got a lot to say, and I don't want to make a bunch of different videos on different subjects. So I want to try to combine it into one video. Okay. I watched a video. It was a Facebook video from, I believe it was Greenville, Mississippi, and it was one of the poorest towns in the state of Mississippi, and they were going to have a parking lot service. Well, the local police department got wind of this, and they sent 8 or 10 officers down, and they were going to write anybody a ticket if they showed up. They gave them the option to leave, but if they stayed, they were going to get a ticket. Now, that's a problem for me. You're going to have 200 people in Walmart huddled together around the checkout lines. But a pastor wants to have a parking lot service where people are in their vehicles with their windows up, listening to a preacher preach. They say you can't do that. We're going to ticket you. When you're going to have no contact with anyone, but yet you're going to allow 200, 300, 400, whatever the case may be, into one of these super Walmarts, Lowe's, whatever. Tell me how that works. They're in their car. They're not touching. They're not in any contact with anybody. But you're going to give them a ticket. You can't go to the park to play with your kid when there's no one else around, but yet you can go to Walmart to be around people that potentially have this virus. They say that the transmission rate outdoors is like, I don't know the exact figures, but it's like a tenth of a percent. It's so unlikely for it to be transmitted outdoors. Most of your transmission happens indoors, and most of the transmission indoors happens from family member to family member inside their homes. So there was a man, I believe in California, that was in the middle of the fucking ocean. There wasn't a soul around for hundreds of feet. But yet they're going to arrest him. But yet we can all flock to Walmart or our local grocery store. That, my friend, is not about safety. That's not about public safety. That contradicts the Declaration of Independence, which states freedom of I forgot what it says. Pursuit of happiness. How can you justify that? And what it is people just are weak. People are weak. They're giving up their rights because some tyrant, mayor or governor says this is what you have to do. We don't live in a socialist country. Not yet. If we allow it to happen, it's going to happen. And I watched a video yesterday. This police officer from the state of Washington made a video on Facebook, and it went viral. I mean, millions of people watched it, and his department wanted him to take it down. Well, at first, when it hit like, I think 1,000 views, they're like, oh yeah, this is really good. Then when it hit 400,000, they wanted him to take it down. I said, no. I stand by what I said. I'm not going to back down. See, the problem with that is you have got, before all of this started, there was a divide between police officers and the public. And now you got police officers writing people tickets for going to the park, going out on the beach when there ain't no one around. Which is unconstitutional, by the way. So, they're actually here in Memphis, and you can do your research on this. This isn't bullshit. This isn't me just shooting shit into the wind here. It was at a park. It was in, I want to say it was West. I can't remember what part of town it was, but it wasn't the best part of town. They were having a birthday party, and the cops showed up. They actually were on Facebook Live. The cops showed up, tried to break up the party, and within a few minutes, the hood rats started coming out, and they're like, we got more guns than you do, basically is what was said, and the police left. That's my fear. There was already a great divide. If they continue this bullshit, it's going to get worse. People are going to start, they're only going to take so much before they start taking the law into their own hands. And there's going to be bloodshed on both sides. I don't want to see that. But people are going to start sticking up for themselves. They're going to say, this is enough, this isn't right, this is unconstitutional, you can't do this. And they're going to stand up. That's why the Second Amendment was put in place. If a government becomes too powerful, the people have the right to overtake it and set forth a new government. That's our right as Americans. If the government becomes too powerful, we overtake them. That's our right. That's what our founding fathers put in place. Because they didn't believe in big government. And they wanted to give that right to the people to take over that government if it became too powerful. And that's exactly what's happening. And then you got the sheep. You got these Democrats that are just nothing but sheep. They do what they're told, when they're told, how to do it, where to do it, when to do it. You know, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not wearing a mask. That's another subject. It's been proven that masks aren't effective. If they were, why are people still getting the virus? It's proven that they do more harm than good. You don't need to wear it. I feel for you people that, you know, if your job requires it, I feel for you. I really do. Because I wore it one time because I was told I couldn't enter a shipper unless I had one on. And I hated every second of it. Although it was a bandana. Please do not wear a mask. It is unsafe. I feel it's unsafe. And if you have a beard, you have to have a clean shaven, otherwise you don't get a seal on it. It's useless. Stop wearing a mask. Stop believing the liberal media that tells you you have to. You don't have to. And I laugh. And I don't... It's a choice. You can do it if you want to. But I laugh at you. I don't do it to your face. I say, oh, what a fucking sheep. You're a fucking sheep. That's what I say. So, you know, I covered a lot of things today. You know, if I'm wrong about some of this, you know, let me know, because I like that. I like, you know, I don't have to be right. I don't have to be, but I have an opinion. And you have an opinion too. Maybe you don't agree with my opinion. Maybe you don't agree with anything I said. And that's okay. But I want to know. Am I wrong? Am I right? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? I'm not saying go shoot up the government. That's not what I'm saying when I talked about the Second Amendment. But if a government becomes too powerful, we need to do something about it. And they are becoming too powerful, because people are just handing their rights over like hotcakes. And it's time that we stand up for ourselves, because they put the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, was put in place for a reason. It was to protect the people. And I think they've lost sight of that. These tyrants have lost sight. They are there to serve the people. They're not doing that. They're hurting people. You know, they say, oh, these stay-at-home orders, oh, we're here to protect lives. Well, what about the people? You know, some people can't deal with isolation. They can't deal with being stuck at home. So they said suicides are rising at a very fast rate because they can't deal with it. I said, and that blood is on these tyrants' hands. That's a bold statement, but it's true. Think about it for a minute. So, in closing, I just want you to think about things. That's the purpose of Left Lane's Corner. Question everything. Don't just be a sheep in the herd. Question everything. Find out for yourself. Don't just believe what you hear. Don't believe what I say. Take what I say, do your research. So, like I said, this is the longest. We're at 25 minutes right now. If you stuck with me this long, I appreciate it. So we're doing Copenhagen packs. I really enjoy it. It's my everyday dip now. So go check out Left Lane's Corner. So I just started up. I've only got one video on there. This will be video number 2. But yeah, just think about things. Question everything. You know I said that just a minute ago, but I don't want you to. I don't want to have. I don't want your rights to be infringed upon. We have rights as Americans. We have the pursuit of happiness. We have rights to run our businesses. We have rights to go and do as we please within reason. Obviously, we have to follow the laws that are in place as far as do not murder, do not kill, whatever. But I said, these laws that say, oh, you can't go here or there, those aren't constitutional. They are in direct conflict with the Declaration of Independence. But anyway, I've said enough today. I touched on a lot of subjects. I appreciate y'all watching. I'm out, y'all.